Okay, minasan, today we're gonna talk about Kamen Rider Geats episode 23. Before watching Kamen Rider Geats episode 23, let us take a look at the trailer. Let's go. Okay. Present. Okay, so I would assume that the next episode we are actually gonna have the DGP officially get cancelled once again. So this is the second time that this has already happened, and both of them happened due to the mistake that a game master actually makes. First of all, is Gilori. He was like crazy over S. He really want to get rid of S. So he purposefully created a game just to get rid of S, and that actually causes the attention of Niram to get involved and stop whatever that Gilori have planned. That is really interesting. But this time round, the reason why the DGP is getting cancelled is due to the interference from the party of the Jyamato. Okay, so the Beroba got involved. Beroba actually tried to take away the vision driver from Shiram, and that causes the cancellation of the DGP itself. So this would mean Neon is safe. Okay, Neon is not gonna have her wish forever taken away from her. So that is definitely a good thing from my opinion, and definitely I really want to see Neon finding her true love by the end of the series. I really want a happy ending for Neon, because Neon is a really well written character that I see so far, and she is not wasted like the rest of the female character that we saw in Kamen Rider series. In the first arc, we get to see her being a weak girl, like she is like hoping someone else will help her pursue the dream that she always wanted to. And now in the second arc of the series, we actually get to see her grow as a character. In the third arc, she actually becomes someone useful, someone that is able to use her connection to get what she wants. And now in the fourth arc, she is willing to betray her friend to actually win the DGP itself. I mean, like, obviously she doesn't want to become the disaster, but since she was given the role, she's gonna fulfill it to the maximum, something like that. So that is really amazing character writing that I see from Neon Kurama, and I'm really excited to see how her story is gonna progress moving forward, especially now that she has grown as a character, and we are actually gonna meet her sponsor, her supporter. I think the name is Kyun. We already saw him in episode 22. So definitely more stories surrounding Neon Kurama, and that is definitely a good news for me. But let me go through kind of like scene by scene to actually find what can we actually see from the trailer itself. First of all, we get another closer look at Kamen Rider Jin. We are not sure how to actually call this Kamen Rider for sure, but we are just gonna call it Kamen Rider Jin for now, because that is how the driver actually sounds like Zin Set and Zin Ready, something like that. So I would assume that this rider is gonna call Kamen Rider Jin, and we actually got quite a lot of rider that have a similar naming system. We got what Kamen Rider Agiera, like it is literally just putting the Kamen Rider name in front of Aguilera. So that is something that I would say I don't really love. I prefer the rider name to be something else rather than the character that we already know them to be. But then again, that is just my own opinion. And next we get to see Miss Secretary slapping the shit out of Chiram, and I have to say, Miss Secretary here is also another potential waifu in the series. If you guys are keeping track, so far in the series, we got quite a lot of waifus, okay? Like, first of all is obviously Sumori, and then secondly, Neon Kurama, the third one is Sae, and the fourth one is Keiwa's sister, and now number 5 is Miss Secretary. So there's a lot of really interesting female character that has been introduced in the series so far. So I'm really excited to see what does this Miss Secretary has to do in the future. Maybe we are also gonna see her henshin using one of the laser riser, something like that, or maybe she can actually uses the Vision Driver. That is just an opinion, that is just an idea. I'm not so sure whether or not it will happen or not, especially now that we have the information that the Vision Driver is one of the keys to access the goddess of recreation, something like that. So it really makes me think about who actually the DGP would give the Vision Driver to, and it even like kind of like stopped me and sit me down to actually think about whether or not Sumori actually have a Vision Driver or not. I think one of the things that a lot of us are waiting for and a lot of us are actually excited about is to see Sumori become a Kamen Rider. Whether or not that is gonna happen until like when is it gonna happen or not is another big question. But now that I feel like with the introduction of the Laser Riser, Sumori actually have a potential to become a rider itself, because the Laser Rise Bucker, it almost seems like a driver that is like you can actually give other people, like give the sponsors or give kind of like people who are important to the DGP but not part of like the inner circle of the DGP itself. I know that Sumori is the navigator of the DGP itself, but how much power does she actually have? She is kind of like a mascot if you really think about it, like the face of the show, like the navigator to the game, something like that. But is she involved in the management side of stuff? So that is also another big question that I believe all of us really needs to think about when we actually think about whether or not Sumori would actually use a Vision Driver or a Laser Riser Buckle, something like that. So maybe there's another possibility that Sumori could actually use a Desire Driver herself. That is a huge possibility as well, but I'm keeping the doors open for her to use either belt to Henshin. Okay, so that is gonna be really interesting to see when it actually happens. And let me move on. We actually get to see Niram making an appearance in the DGP resting area. This would mean that Niram and the rest of the rider are officially gonna work together to take down the Team Jyamato. How is this gonna happen? We are not sure. And are they gonna get any reward for doing this is also another question. And I really felt like the way that they can actually explain it, like Ace can easily say like, hey, I am not, like, this is not part of the game. Why do you involve me? Like, I don't need to help you guys unless you give me a reward, okay, or something like that. But then again, remember that the wishes of S for this round is to become a game master. So Niram could actually use that as kind of like a hook to hook S into helping him, like, S, if you help me next round, you're gonna replace Shiram, something like that. Maybe that is gonna happen, maybe not, we are not sure. Whether or not he became a game master is another big question mark. And how about KY and Neon, you might be asking. I felt like giving them what they want as their wish in return of getting back the Vision Driver is actually can actually be done, okay, because three of their wishes doesn't clash with one another. The three of their wishes can exist simultaneously. Neon can find her true love. It doesn't affect Kewa's wishes to bring back all the dead rider. And Ace wanting to become the game master doesn't affect the wishes of Kewa wanting to bring back all the dead rider, and it doesn't affect the wish of Neon Kurama as well. So if Niram actually offers them that, hey, if you guys help us to get back the Vision Driver, and in return, I'm gonna like create a world that all three of your wishes is gonna come true. It is possible. It's totally possible. And if that actually happened, I just want to say I'm not from the future. But I'm just I just want it. If that actually happened, it will be really insane. Okay, so next we actually get to see I would assume that next episode we're gonna see the rider form of Beroba. I can't wait to actually see Beroba Henshin. And by the way, I forget to mention Beroba is also one of the waifu. She actually looks really good. I really like her looks, love her outfit, love her style a lot. So I forgot she is also one of the potential waifus here. By the way, we are halfway through the series right now, and maybe when we are reaching the final arc of this series, I'm gonna make a poll. I'm gonna start to make kind of like a I want to ask you guys, I want to get you guys involved in the award show that I did for the Kamen Rider series. I actually did one for Revise, but you couldn't find it on my YouTube channel because my YouTube channel got deleted previously. But now for Kamen Rider Geats, I want to involve you guys. I want you guys to suggest like what category do you guys want to see in the award show, and what are the nominees that you guys want to see in the award show as well. But let me move on. So Beroba Henshin is gonna be something really lit next episode. And next, obviously, we got Buffa wanting to Henshin, we got Sparrow already Henshin, and then we got S and Jin, the best duo. Apparently, a lot of people say that they are the best duo of the series. Maybe it is, maybe they are, I don't know. But the relationship between S and Jin actually reminds me of the relationship between M and also what was his name again? Parrot, okay, like M and Parrot's relationship, it reminds me a lot of them. I mean, like they are from the same author, so what to expect from that. But really amazing stuff here. The red and blue, it reminds me of a magnet again. Once again, red and blue is such a unique color, and the blue has a little bit a tint of purplish, something like that. And for S, like the red actually have a little bit of tint of orange, so that is really good. I really love that. And the way they hold the gun, the way they pose is very similar. And you might be thinking to yourself like, how is this possible? Like, it is either that Jin is a future descendant of S, or maybe Jin, like the Henshin device that Jin actually used, have all the battle data of Ukyo S inserted in the card itself, and that is why he is able to battle like S, something like that. That is just theory, but that is a huge possibility, okay? Like, for a sponsors to be able to fight in such a good manner, it can only mean two things. Either the driver is OP, or they used to be players, something like that. So really interesting stuff. But next episode, I don't think we're gonna get like a final fight between like Buffa and S. It is still too early for that, for them to have the final show now. I felt like the relationship between Buffa and S is very similar to the relationship that we saw between Gaim and Baron. Like, sometimes they are friends, but at the end of the day, they are still rivals with one another. And next, we have one of the coolest scene in Kamen Rider history: double guitar action from Neon Kurama. Holy shit, I am excited to see this. I really want to see this in action. And not gonna lie, every single time when I see like double guitar, like someone actually uses a double guitar, my mind is always like, how do you even use the guitar itself? Like, how do you fully utilize the guitar? I don't know, man. Like, it looks cool, but it is absolutely pointless, okay? Unless some of you guys who are watching this video right now is a musically inclined person, and you know, and you have a better understanding about double guitar, let me know in the comment section below. Educate me, okay? Educate me about double guitar, because for me it looks cool, but it makes no sense, bro. It really makes no sense. So really crazy stuff. And next we got Tycoon action with Boost. So I mean, like, Tycoon and Boost, the red and green, it's not really like a good color, I would say. Like, I don't really like it. It reminds me of Christmas color. That's all I want to say, okay? It really reminds me of the Christmas color. But next, we are also gonna see Niram wearing the Vision Driver. He might or might not henshin in the next episode and participate in the fight. I would say that he would actually based on the look here, he seems to be in the location of the goddess of creation rather than in the forest fighting with the rest of the Jyamato. So I would assume that Beroba is gonna be the enemy that Niram is gonna fight here rather than the rest of the rider, because in the preview here we get to see S versus Buffa, and that is like that said. Okay, how about the rest of the team Jyamato? I feel like Keiwa and also Nago is gonna fight against Sparrow, and then the only member left that is not there in the battlefield is Beroba. So I would assume Beroba is gonna be here together with Niram, or maybe the breeder is gonna be there. Like if the breeder is here in the room of the goddess of creation, then maybe like the breeder is able to plant a seed in the goddess of creation to kind of like corrupt the goddess of creation a little bit. So maybe like when the next round, when the war actually got reset and recreated, we are actually gonna see that the war is actually slowly corrupted by the seed of Jyamato. If that actually happened, I'm telling you, it's gonna be super duper good. And I want to remind you once again, I'm not from the future. I am not from the future. But that is all from the trailer, I would assume. Yeah. But lastly, we get to see a very stressed face of S before we end the trailer. So that is all from me regarding Kamen Rider Geats episode 23 before watching Kamen Rider Geats episode 23. Hope you enjoyed the video. I really want to create kind of like a bingo card for Kamen Rider Geats. It's like I want to see how many things I can get correct from the bingo card to buy before the end of the series itself. So it's gonna be really crazy, but I can't wait to see. That is all from me. Hope you enjoy, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.